There is one person at this table that is super excited about this whole deal. I'll let you guess who that would be.
I'm excited about the future of this show.
Don't bother going to church because your short game needs some work. So raise your glass, even though he's not the best. But at least he made the top 5.
Okay, welcome to another edition to Lanai Gossip. I'm the Commissioner number 5 years in a row. That's actually only been 3. They haven't voted yet this year, but I'm really hoping in May they announce it. We have a live audience today. We're excited about that too. But with us is Dodi and Dennis from Iowa.
Big.
Lonnie's got the mailbag today.
Well, we have Katie from Omaha, Nebraska.
Ooh.
And she wrote in, she says, I've never played pickleball. How do I get involved in beginner pickleball?
Oh, well, that's a good segment. And how long have you played pickleball before you got here?
We didn't start playing pickleball till we moved to Grinnell, Iowa in 2012.
Okay, so you had played. So did you come down here for pickleball, or did you come down here for golf or anything in particular?
Friends from Grinnell strong-armed us to come down here.
I'm brand new to the Villages, and I come down here, want to play pickleball. What do I need? How do I get started?
What happened to Katie's question?
What's Katie's question?
How do I get involved in beginner pickleball?
That's what I just said. I'm new here at pickleball.
All right, well, you guys fight it out.
Okay.
So you want to play pickleball. The first thing you need is a racket.
A racket.
Yes,
Hey, here we go.
And it's not a racket.
It's a paddle.
Oh my
It's
God.
a paddle.
Paddle.
Okay,
Racket.
okay, and do the villages provide those?
Each rec center, ironically, will have a set of beginner-style paddles in their equipment room. I would say 4 to 8 paddles per rec center.
Okay.
So if you don't have the equipment, you still can go down and play. You just have to check in with the rec center.
How about clothing and equipment? What do you wear?
So the Villages has rules as far as shoe wear. You have to wear an athletic type shoe that's not a black sole. Appropriate attire. And they spell it out in
But it's not
racket.
a collared shirt like golf.
No.
Now, and all those videos that you've seen of naked pickleball in the Villages, no.
Damn it.
Have you not seen the naked pickleball in the Villages?
No, but we got to have a segment on that.
Seriously, have you not seen that?
There's really one?
Oh
There's
my
an
gosh.
article about it, but I think it's
There is video, but
Fake news?
It's kind of
Fake news?
fake news. Yeah.
huh. Well,
Yeah.
what is it with the villages? We're gonna get off topic. What is it with the villages that things are said about people in the villages doing things and it's not true?
Like, yeah.
That's another segment.
Well, yeah, exactly. The loofahs. It's not a thing here. We joke about it, but I haven't seen a loofah, and I've been searching.
So
Searching
And-
for a loofah.
And Scott, we always want to know what color are you searching for?
I don't even know what they are, but
so anyway, let's get back to
Yeah.
okay. So you don't have to have a paddle.
No.
And do they supply balls?
Yes. Where there are
Time's up.
pickleball courts have balls.
But in
Okay.
fairness, you're not going to want to play pickleball very long with the paddles that are provided by the villages.
No, but if you're just a beginner and you're just trying to figure it all out, it
Mhm.
works just fine.
Okay.
And once you advance your level.
Once you learn what your game is all about, whether, you need an extra, a little bit more power, so you need a more denser core, or you've got a soft game, so you want a shorter handled paddle so you can work your soft game better. I mean, until you figure out your game.
And there's open play at the pickleball courts from sun up until 10 a.m. on all courts
And-
every day.
Sun up till 10 a.m.
Correct.
Open play every single.
Correct.
No group can get it till 10 a.m.
Correct.
10 a.m.
We have 241 pickleball courts currently at the Villages, so there's plenty of courts for you to learn at.
Yeah, that's a lot of courts.
It's like number 1 in the nation for a group the size we have.
Is there certain courts I need to go to? Like if I'm just starting out versus
Go
you
to
go to the paper.
go to
Yep.
your recreation guide, and they'll tell you where there's open play, and there are certain courts. You'll figure it out right away where you fit in.
As you meet people, you'll hear from others about level of play at which courts during the open sessions in the morning, and you try and gravitate towards what your level of play is.
And then and in the paper at 10 o'clock, they'll say open beginner, right?
Correct.
So you can go there and you
Sure.
don't have to be part of a group.
Nope.
And you can just show up and you know you're going to be beginners.
And on each and on the entrance to each court area is the schedule for the day, and it'll tell 10 o'clock what's on now between 10 and 12. It may not always be open beginner, but you can, if you don't check in the paper and you show up at the pickleball site, you can check the front entrance and it'll show you what the schedule is for the day.
And the neat thing about the villages is they have pickleball classes. And you can sign up online and you can go to Beginner Pickleball 101 and you can learn the basics. You can learn how to keep score, how to serve, basic positioning in this class.
And they have training videos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or you can
District.
District.
Yep,
Yeah.
through the recreation, you can sign up for a beginner pickleball class if you're not sure. And the same thing is once you live here and you want to get rated so you know what level you play in, that's all in
We'll
district.
talk
club as
about
well.
that now.
Okay.
So, I mean, why do I need to get rated?
You don't.
So the only reason why you really want to get rated is either because of ego or you want to play in tournaments, which require a rating.
And you played in a tournament.
We've played in
What
tournaments.
is that one right there?
This would be our second place for July of 2022, a 4-person team at the 3.5 level. We got the silver medal.
What's a 4-person team, though?
We have 2 men, 2 women.
Mixed doubles.
And you play mixed doubles, but you played men's doubles and women's doubles as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a great day. It was a great day.
But
really.
in order to play villages tournaments, you have to be
rated.
rated.
So I'm not going to go to, let's say, a court before 10, and they're going to say, well, you're only a 2-0, so you can't play here. No one will do that.
They're not supposed to.
Open play is open play.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, if you're a 3-0 and that particular court is full of 4-0s and 4-5s, are you going to feel comfortable playing there?
Well, and plus, it's going to make them feel uneasy, but you're not going to have fun either. It's a
Correct.
two-way
Correct.
street.
Correct.
If you're getting smoked,
Sure.
well, yeah.
And then they'll say to you, hey,
Yeah.
go to Eisenhower in the morning.
They'll let you know where to
they're
go.
a bigger.
And there are
Range of
certain
levels.
sites that are, quite frankly, better than others in terms of the people playing and just the welcoming and we played at Eisenhower for quite a long time, and great bunch of people, easygoing. You've got some pretty high level players playing there, but they're there more for the fun of it, and you have a pretty good mix of play levels there.
So you get to know the people you're playing.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. And you get to be good friends with them.
Yep.
Now, I heard there's a lot of injuries, though, in pickleball. Is that true?
Yep. Thanksgiving Day, 2020,
20.
we watched a husband and wife were playing, and she backed up for the perfect lob, and he got in her way, and she fell and broke her arm.
So it's his fault.
It's his fault. It's always his fault.
You never back. You never.
Dan, it's
you
his
never
fault. Back up.
You never backpedal and.
And they will tell you, a lot of the different orthopedic surgeons that you go to will say, oh, is this a pickleball injury? That's who pays our bills. So
Wow.
you just have to be smart when you're playing. Be careful, be smart.
I've read somewhere #1 cause of injuries to villagers is pickleball.
Could be, yep. People playing beyond their level,
Pickleball
People-
and softball.
trying to do things that they shouldn't be doing,
What are some other pitfalls of playing pickleball? Besides, you said don't back up, don't shuffle backwards. What are some others that you think that somebody's learning to play? You shouldn't do this, or you should do this.
I
Other than
think
backing up.
people just need to know their skill level and try not to, get too far over the skis. And, if you're not agile and mobile, if you've got knee issues, well, I don't know if you want to be running from the back line up to the kitchen area and to try and scoop a drop shot. And in the process, you're planning and sticking to get that shot, and, your knee crumples in front of you. I mean, I think one needs to know their own limitation.
They're hard courts. If you dive for a ball, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah. You want to wear eye protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes shots will get up there, and, while it's a hard wiffle ball, I mean, it'll leave a mark for sure. Some
I've had
people
lots of bruises.
Some people wear eye protection.
And sometimes those injuries it hits your paddle and ricochets into
Yeah.
your face, so it's your own fault.
Or you get hit by your partner's paddle.
that would hurt worse than the ball. I would
Yeah.
think.
It's a #1 growing sport. I mean, people are investing in the professional leagues. And please understand, what we play in the villages for the most part are not what you're watching on television. I mean, those people are dinking 10, 15, 20 times. In the villages rec play, you're lucky if you have 4 dinks. At my level anyway, before somebody, wants to put the ball away or whatever. We don't do the dinking like you see in the professional.
Is there a pro in the villages that you can go to?
There are people that live within the villages that will provide instruction, but that happens outside the villages.
Okay.
So to my understanding that the villages doesn't have any specific pickleball professionals that are located at a specific rec center. But there are people that live within the villages that will provide lessons outside of the villages.
But inside the villages, they do a lot of
Drills.
drill playing so that there's one person that's instructing and teaching you a certain thing. You can sign up for it.
If you go to the recreation website,
Yeah.
there's outdoor activities for pickleball schedule, and that'll show you the lessons that are available for different skill levels.
So are there class limits for those types of lessons that the villages offer?
Yes.
And do you know what that is by chance?
You don't. But I
Okay.
would say a typical pickleball court is 6
Yeah.
courts.
24, I
So that
believe.
would be 24 people. And I don't think it's finalized yet, but the Eastport will have covered and lighted courts. Can't have pickleball tournaments.
Finally.
Can't have pickleball tournaments unless you have covered and lighted courts for inclement weather. Sanctioned.
We're going to have night outdoor pickleball courts.
No, you're going to have indoor lighted courts.
Oh, okay. I missed that transition. Okay. And that's separate from the private one.
Yes.
Correct. That's going to
Okay.
be an Eastport.
That's
But
where I
that's
got confused.
2 years down the road. 2 years down.
Yeah.
And back to Katie's great question. We had family here that have never played
played
pickleball.
before.
And we went to Burnside on Thursday and they just jumped in and played. And I got to tell you, there were so many people there that were so supportive. And we were like, oh, no, we'll just stay together. You don't want to play with them. And when the young kids come in and the people that don't know anything, they love teaching them.
And again, back to Katie's question, I think it's important for everybody to understand when you go to that open session, you show up, you get your stuff together, and get in line. There will be a line somewhere within the court areas, and that's kind of like the waiting line. And when a game finishes on the court, somebody will yell 4, and the next 4 people up in line will head over to that open court and start their game. And during the open sessions, if you go earlier, again, generally it's 7 o'clock, but sun up. The earlier you go, the better, because if all the courts aren't being used, so maybe only 3 courts out of the 6 are being used, you can go take a court and play as long as you want with just your group until all the courts are occupied. Once all the courts are occupied, then you've got to be getting in line, and once you finish a game, go back in line.
Etiquette with the balls going all over there. 6 courts and bound to be a ball rolling here, rolling there. What are you supposed to do?
Just as soon as it goes approaching another person's play, you
Ball
use
it
the
out.
ball on court.
Okay.
And then they stop play.
I played a little bit down in Sun City a few weeks ago or a month ago or so, and their pickleball courts have chain link fences in between each individual court, so there's much less opportunity for that ball to bleed over on other courts.
I'm glad you brought that up. I went to Sun City in Phoenix, and they had 12 courts. They had a 6-foot chain link fence there. Was your 6 foot high?
I thought it was about 4.
And then in between, like the courts, it was covered, and they had chairs, like lounge chairs, and an ice machine, and they had water. A little nicer than.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's a little nicer.
How many
than
pickleball
here.
courts do they have?
12. They just said 12. You're right. I'm not saying this, but I'm just saying
Yes.
it was kind of nice. Connected to it, there was a bar.
Yeah, another difference down there, besides that, down there in Sun City, you walk in and they have the waiting area, but how they have paddle racks. And so instead of standing in line, you just sit there and you set the paddles, in row. There's about 6 of them. And whenever the first section got filled with 4 paddles, those 4 people came and claimed their paddle and went out, and played. It's kind of an interesting, that way you're not always standing in line. I mean, we've seen both, but I tell you, the courts with the fences in between them really is nice that I wish the villages had.
So
Pickleball's like anything else in the villages. I mean, just be vulnerable and just try it.
With-
Softball, pickleball, water volleyball. I mean, everybody's done it, and
And
that's where we've all gotten to where we're at now. It's just jump in.
well, thank you, Dennis, and thank you, Dodi, for showing up for.
Perfect timing. It's 8:30,
Perfect
so we got
timing.
enough time to got to be home by
By
9.
9.
That's right, 9:00. We ended up so.
So the question of the day is, when you hit 100 subscriber, what's the award for the 100th
We need
subscriber?
we got to have something. We got to
Yeah.
have cake here or something for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe.
Please.
Thanks to him, we've got the best.
20 hits on the last video, so I thought this is going to ruin your reputation.
We've got the best league to play in. It's not a
Anyway, that hits tomorrow at 9 a.m. So we'll see.
Oh, I gotta set my alarm.
boast, just a toast to number 5.